Monday Night Raw, August 18th, 2025 was extraordinarily good, actually. Now, when I say actually, I genuinely thought that it wasn't gonna be all that. I felt like we were gonna get a better Monday Night Raw next week, especially with Australia coming up. Clash in Paris the week before, you know that Monday Night Raw is gonna cook, but you know, WWE decided to not disappoint this week. We had a lot of appearances, a lot of sad stories, a lot of happy stories, ultimately a really awesome show. Hi guys, I'm Josh the commentator. In today's video, as you saw by the intro, we are going to be talking about Monday Night Raw, August 18th, 2025. We're going to be reviewing this show. So if you guys are ready for this video, make sure you smash that like button, you subscribe to the channel if you are new. Comment down below what was your favorite segment from tonight's show. And without further interruptions, let's get into this bang. The Vision started tonight's show off, and it was nothing short of fun. Paul basically talking about all the members and their assets and what they're going to accomplish and what they already have accomplished in WWE. Jey Uso intervenes from the crowd, and these two go back and forth. This caused an Extreme Rules match between Braun Breaker and Jey Uso in the main event tonight. Watching this was fun to watch because obviously Paul Heyman being a fantastic microphone worker, I mean, the dude's just a legend for a reason. We all know that. The greatest manager of all time. You could argue Paul Bearer, but I really think Paul Heyman just revolutionized being a manager in WWE. I really love what they're doing with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. I mean, this group is fun to watch. The Oracle, Paul Heyman, just representing all of them. It just makes it really enjoyable to see live. The camera pans then to Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors, and obviously what happened last week between Io and Asuka was ridiculous, and Asuka decided to apologize on behalf of the Kabuki Warriors, and Io Sky genuinely accepting it. Asuka asked Io Sky if she needed help tonight at all, that they would be there for her, but Io Sky literally stating that she doesn't want any help. She loves their, she loves their little relationship that they have, but she doesn't want help. She wants to do this on her own, which honestly, I respect it. The camera pans to Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez, and it honestly was super enjoyable for Monday Night Raw's opening match. We had a cool spot where Io Sky went for a suicide dive, and Raquel Rodriguez, catching her in the air, pulls her up on her shoulder and throws her into the ring post. It just was a really cool sequence, to say the least. Io ended up winning this match, though, by reversing a Tejana bomb into a bullet train, into a moonsault. 1, 2, 3. She's victorious. I genuinely would rate this match probably a 5 out of 10. Your average match, but honestly, I still loved it. Immediately after the match, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez jump, and I mean jump Io Sky. But who helps Io Sky? Who comes to the aid of Io Sky? No, it is not the Kabuki Warriors. It is Mommy Rhea Ripley. She comes to the aid of Io Sky. They stand tall center of the ring. Who doesn't love a little Rhea Ripley in their life? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Now the camera pans to LA Knight and Reporter, and unfortunately, before LA Knight could genuinely speak, CM Punk interrupts the conversation. Punk made a valid point when he made a statement where he said that they need to watch each other's backs before Clash in Paris because they don't want to injure each other, or they don't want the Vision to outnumber them at all. Now, LA Knight responded to the previous actions that CM Punk did to him, where he costed him the World Heavyweight Championship in the past, and he ultimately said no to this statement that Punk made. I don't know what's gonna happen at Clash in Paris, but gosh, please don't bury LA Knight more than he's already been buried. I mean, come on, dude. The camera dims to Xavier Woods from the New Day versus Penta. A slow style wrestler in Xavier Woods versus a high flyer in Penta. I knew this match would have been what it needed to be. That's exactly what it did. completely delivered. Now, there was nothing to really say about this match that stood out, but Penta being Penta, obviously, Xavier Woods keeping the match slowed down as a heel would. I really enjoyed this match, and I rated a 6.5 out of 10. It was super fun and enjoyable. I'm happy in the direction the New Day's going. I know the crowd's not really with it. I'm with it, though. I love their t-shirt, the New Day mourn. I think it's funny. You gotta mourn for the New Day, all right? It's sad. It's a sad world out there, and the New Day is experiencing it, too. You know, I believe the New Day in the future could have another tag title run, and I'm hoping the crowd reacts to it just like I have been lately. I mean, Grayson Waller was dripped out today. I mean, I just enjoyed every minute of this, every second of this. I might be overreacting, but I really don't care. I enjoyed the match. The camera pans to Finn Balor and JD McDonough versus Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee. What a fun match. Dragon Lee and Mr. Iguana put on a show. The match did end with a coup de grace by Finn Balor. The funny spots is Mr. Iguana being a freaking iguana. Not even joking. Homie was laying there flat dead like a iguana, which is hilarious. But towards the end of this match, Finn Balor hitting a coup de grace on Dragon Lee to win the match. They start beating the hell out of both competitors, Dragon Lee and Mr. Iguana. We did see the AAA Mega Champion go right after Dirty Dom as he was beating up both the tag team competitors. And it also didn't end very well for him as Mr. Vikingo, he got frog splashed by Dirty Dom, and Dirty Dom standing tall with both titles in his hands, the AAA Mega Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. Both Finn Balor and JD McDonough holding their World Tag Team Championships. It actually looked pretty good on screen. All of the competitors just dripped out in gold. I messed with it. I ain't gonna lie with you. Overall, though, I'm rating this match a 6.5 out of 10 as well as the other match previously. I enjoyed this one just as much as I enjoyed the other one. Quite the show they both teams put on. The camera pans to Becky Lynch and a reporter. The reporter asking Becky Lynch about what she did to Natalya last week. And Becky simply responded with she was just defending herself from Natalya shoving her around. Becky Lynch, the champion, felt like it was very disrespectful and she needed to defend herself, which she did in that moment. She feels like almost essentially a victim of this whole situation, just like a heel should feel like. Now, immediately after the Becky Lynch segment, we got a special, small, quick segment from Bayley, and it's just basically talking about her mental illness. Not really her talking, it was her demons talking to her inside of her head, but they're stating that, you know, she's worthless, that she's not what she used to be, and she needs to figure her crap out so she can get back on her feet, which means probably a really aggressive and rude version of Bayley, like no other version we've ever seen from her before, so on and so forth. But cool segment. I really liked it. Now we get Becky Lynch versus Natalya for the Intercontinental Championship. It was a lackluster match. I didn't really see anything enjoyable about it. Honestly, it felt like Natalya was trying to pull a John Cena, and every time Becky Lynch put her in a submission hold that she battled out of it. The crowd was with it and not really with it at the same time. I was bored, honestly, the whole time. I'm a greedy guy. I like the good stuff. I didn't feel like this was good stuff, so I thought it was a lackluster match. I would rate it probably a 3 out of 10. But Becky won this match to retain her title, and she just hit her with a disarmor, and obviously Natalya was going to tap out. Now, what happened after the match made it more fun and enjoyable, and that's Becky Lynch attacking Maxine Debris, who was trying to check up on her partner, Natalya. And who comes to the aid of both of those competitors? Nikki Bella. Now, Nikki Bella got in there and beat the hell out of Becky Lynch and stood tall in the ring. Yeah, that's probably our IC title match in the future. Nikki Bella versus Becky Lynch. I think that would be a freaking 5-star match waiting to happen. Both of those women have dominated in their own ways in the past to the present. I mean, that'll be a fun match to watch, and I'm super stoked to see that championship match for the future. Now the camera pans to Sheamus and a reporter, and the reporter asking, basically, what is Sheamus's obsession with Rusev? Sheamus states that Rusev returned, smashed a bunch of people, and unfortunately attempted to smash Sheamus, but you can't get in the Celtic Warriors' way without him fighting back. Rusev shows up in the background, ready for a brawl as both of these competitors head towards each other. Adam Pearce shows up with a bunch of security, and Adam Pearce just furious. You could see it in his face. He had like a color, his face was like colored like a tomato. It was red as hell. He also needed some blood pressure medication after screaming at these two. He was like, screw it, y'all want a big old match to finally settle your beef? Let's do a Donnie Brooke match at Clash in Paris. So we got Sheamus and Rusev at Clash in Paris. That one's just gonna be a banger. These two are going to beat the hell out of each other, and that's just it. I mean, it's just gonna be a brawl. Knowing how the Paris crowd is always electric, I genuinely cannot wait for this. I think they're gonna love this. They're gonna feed for this just as much as I will from my seat at home. The camera pans to Jey Uso and CM Punk intervening backstage as Jey Uso's warming up for his main event match. Punk explains that he's got Jey Uso's back. Jey Uso responding with, respectfully, I don't need your help. I really want to do this on my own. Quite like what Io Sky said to the Kabuki Warriors. But Jey Uso says that he doesn't want to owe anybody favors. Honestly, that makes sense, bro. I mean, as a human being, that just, I like that. I like the way Jey Uso spoke there. I mean, he wasn't literally saying he didn't want CM Punk to help him in any situation possible. Just in this situation, he just didn't want to owe anyone favors. He doesn't want CM Punk to come to the aid of him because he asked him to. And then at the freaking Clash in Paris pay-per-view, CM Punk asked him to take the pin for him. Like, he didn't want any BS like that. He just wanted it straight up to beat Braun Breaker. Nobody helping him. Now, when you do that, though, Jey Uso, listen, bro, you have a big disadvantage. He's known for getting out of big disadvantages. But hey, man, that main event was cooking, man. Which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, we have some really big news. Right after this segment, we got Naomi in the center of the ring to explain all the controversy online, what's been going on with her. Like, I was really excited for this. Honestly, might have been more excited than anything else in the recent memory of WWE. Naomi was nearly bawling out crying. She told all the fans to take their attention to the Titron, where there was a special episode of Stephanie McMahon's What's Your Story featuring Naomi and Jimmy Uso. Now, that episode was only gonna air right after Monday Night Raw, so it should be out by now. But honestly, man, I was excited because I kind of had a feeling it was what it was. Jimmy Uso announced for Naomi that they are having a baby together. And honestly, that almost brought a tear to my eyes. I was happy for Big Jim, happy for Naomi, but unfortunately, that means the World Heavyweight Championship does need to be relinquished. Now, the crowd with a standing ovation, cheering for Naomi, saying you deserve it, essentially saying that she deserves the World Heavyweight Championship, but obviously, due to her having to miss probably about 9 months of in-ring action, she has to relinquish the title to keep the title moving forward. She did have a big ovation, the crowd chanting Baby Uso, and she got teared up too from that. But ultimately, she stated to the whole women's division that in 9 months and some change, she will be back for what is hers. And that's pretty much it. But I forgot to mention that she did tell Adam Pearce to get the hell out of her ring after Adam Pearce was just saying congratulations. She literally just attacked the homie for no reason. The innocent man that Adam Pearce can be at some points, she physically, emotionally attacked him and told him to get the hell out of the ring. She didn't want to give him the title right then and there like she had to previously. She wanted to lay it center in the ring and talk about what's going to happen in 9 months and some change. I respect it though, Naomi, genuinely. And congratulations to you and Big Jim. That is huge news. Now we're on to the main event where we got Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso in an Extreme Rules match that did not disappoint. What a fun match to end off the night. Obviously, they were gonna throw stuff at each other. Obviously, there was going to be chairs and, you know, the whole 9 yards in an Extreme Rules match. And just when you thought Jey Uso had the match won, yep, the rest of the Vision interfere. But don't worry, because even though Jey Uso did not ask for any help tonight, LA Knight shows up and says, well, fuck it, I'm gonna help him. CM Punk also coming to the aid of Jey Uso, but unfortunately, Seth Rollins getting in the way of everything. The Vision had the upper hand once again. Braun Breaker setting up for a freaking flying spear on the outside. The OTC's music hits, and it was all over for the Vision. Roman Reigns gets in there and absolutely demolishes every competitor in his path. And Roman Reigns helping out Jey Uso to deliver an Uso splash to Braun Breaker. And Jey Uso gets the victory. It was a very enjoyable match, to say the least. I enjoyed the way the crowd reacted to multiple OTC chants. And then obviously we get the OTC, the real Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. We love to see Roman Reigns in action. As fans, you know, we just thank him for all the times he's carried the company on his back. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn those post notifications on so you are notified when I upload on this channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.